Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Soulstorm casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 1 versus 1 on Battle Marshes. Playing on the side as the Sisters of Battle, we've got Spiderjabka. First on the side as the Necrons, we have got Klein. Klein will be opening up with a quadruple sort of Builder Scabs, as well as quadruple Plasma Generators. And Spiderjabka is going to open with double Missionaries, a Adeptus Sorceress Convent, and a Pristine Sanctuary. So it does look like that Spiderjabka is going to go for the standard double Seraphim opening for the Sisters of Battle, which makes sense on a map like this, especially in this general area, where they'll be able to use their jumping nonsense to deny the Necrons these two strategic points down here. Also might be a good idea to do some hunting down of these Builder Scarabs. But we are seeing some Builder Scarabs moving around over here. Are we going to see a cheeky ghost trap being placed on the outskirts of the Sisters of Battle base? I mean, I don't know if that would make sense, considering that would be quite hard to defend, and it's much more easier to build one down. Ah, there we go. We're actually going to see one down here, which is a good idea, as it will prevent the Seraphins from bashing these Plasma Generators too easily, as well as also defending this strategic point down over on this side. And, yep, double Seraphins going to come out, and the Builder Scabs just going to go for that decap over there. The Missionaries aren't exactly good at taking on the Builder Scabs in any way, shape or form. They're more of a supporting kind of infantry hero, commander. I mean, they don't have commander armor, but they can lay hands on people, and that's their main deal, really. One squad of Seraphins already out. Will move around down here, attempting to see if they can stop these Builder Scouts from building up the Ghost turret. Are we seeing any... Oh, we're going to see one squad of Necrons spawning from the Necron Monolith. The Seraphins, you know, I mean, they could take a bit of a beating from the Necron Warriors, but not exactly known for their long staying in combat until they get those Inferno pistols and their Angelic Visage in tier 2. Will jump away before they get their second helping of Seraphins somewhere else. Ah, they're over here, going to annihilate this Builder Scarab squad. There we go. Shoot them down. Or are they going to... Trying to see which unit was taking it down there. But there we go. The Missionary decides to do that decapping, which makes sense, as you want the Seraphins to be moving around and all that stuff. Now got two squads on the go. Only one squad of Necron Warriors here at the moment. Second squad about to spawn. And two squads of Necron Warriors. Quite beefy. Also come out for free as well, so the Necron player Klein can just pump these out all day long if he wants to. No cost to himself. Except he's going to hide in the corner for reasons. Quite like that idea. It's like, you can't flank us when we're in the corner. But not really getting any map control over there. Probably wants to start focusing on getting some capping down over on this side. Does not seem like the Necrons are planning to move over there anytime soon, so may as well grab that as and when you can. Or seeing a Missionary capping this relic over yonder. Might want to see one... Ah, there we go. We're going to see this Missionary over here snagging this place as well. Now, early tier 2 would probably be the way forward for Spiderjabka. Like I said, the Seraphins won't be going inside the base now that this Ghost turret is in place at the moment. But get those Inferno pistols on them, as well as maybe get a Canoness and a Confessor as well. And what's that? That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4 Inferno pistols, which will be amazing at melting through the armor of the Necron Warriors. From Klein's perspective, I guess it's just a case of turtling up. Maybe get the Necron Lord out with that Solar Pulse, bringing the John Cena beam down to prevent these guys from firing upon them for too long. But they've capped this place. They're going to cap this place down here as well. Necron Warriors with their Builder Scarabs will reclaim that place. Oh, we're going to see a listing post down here. Probably not going to see it built up. If anything, it's just to deny the Necrons capturing that for a longer period of time. Well, it will take a while for the Necron Warriors to walk all the way down here and beat this listing post up. Probably won't see any flayed ones. I mean, if the Necron player wants to tie up the Seraphins, it's probably going to be Wraiths, if anything. But nice use of the Wraiths. Moving the Builder Scabs away from the Summoning Core will slow it down a little bit. Ideally, you want the Necron's Disruption Fields up as quickly as possible, just so that they can do additional range damage, going toe-to-toe with the Seraphins. Now that they're amassed in a high number, they will be able to take on the Necron Warrior squads quite aptly. See Ecclesiarchal Servitor attempting to move around to build stuff, but no, will instead build up a Inferno turret down over here. And the Necrons should really focus down on that Ecclesiarchal Servitor, but then in saying that, focusing down on that bad boy will then allow the Seraphians to cause them some issues. We'll jump into the light cover. Quite a nice little touch there. After all, the Necrons do not benefit from negative or positive cover. Necron Lord teleporting quite hard to really get a good view of the battlefield for these trees and foliages. One squad of Necron warriors about to be taken out. Can he save it in the nick of time? Engaging in melee. Getting some stabs in there. And just by the hair of their chinny chin chin, that Necron warrior goes down. One squad wipe into these Necrons now reinforcing themselves as best they can. Got that missionary in there as well for good effect. Wonderful placement for this Inferno turret. As one of you are... Oh, you're the Ecclesiarchal Servitor and you're doing the dismantle on the obelisk. Very rare that you actually see the Servitor being able to do that ability, but does a good chunk of damage to a building. And he just sprints away as best he can. Seraphians now struggling. The mass of Necron warriors. Got 2 squads in there. And were you a fresh squad of Necron warriors, or was that the one that just died but then come back to life? Might have been the case. The Inferno turret will be slow but surely beaten down. Necron Lord continues to chase after the Seraphians. Necrons not quite finishing off this obelisk by the looks of things. They have managed to get rid of that listing post that the sisters placed on it, so good on them. No tier 2 on the way to more Bill Scarabs coming out to play. But the Necron warriors do have their disruption fields on them now. Venator has been taken care of. They are looking to see if they can bash this listing post. Current economies are 97 and 20 compared to 45% and 80. Interesting that the money for the sisters isn't higher, to be honest. But he is going for his tier 2, so he hasn't bothered to expand his listing posts too much at the moment. In fact, none of them have been upgraded. Like I said, I think tier 2 is where the sisters are really going to shine against the Necron warriors. Or Necron... Oh, just said Necrons in general. They're not all warriors. Some of them are lords. Some of them are mortals. Listing post over here being bashed down. Surfing still inside the base. But will take them quite a long time to break down these obelisks. I've managed to get this one down here. And we'll be recapping that in due course. Necron Lord stabbing away at this listing post, while some Builder Scarabs are patiently waiting for them. Pristine Sanctuary has been built up, and there we go. The Inferno pistols are done in. Holy Reliquary. So I assume a Confessor is on the way. Have we seen any Faith upgrades on these listing posts at the moment? I don't think we have. No, not at the moment. It's interesting. First one is only 25 blue. It's never a bad idea to have just a little bit of faith in the background. I mean, granted, the only real ability that you can pay for with that level of faith is probably the missionaries. Oh, what's it called? The laying of hands. You don't really do it on himself unless it's attached to another squad, but you're guaranteed to get Celestians at some point. If your missionaries are still alive, may as well. It's a really useful clutch ability. There we go, look at that Inferno pistol. Quickly racking up the kills. Now Angelic Visage, increasing everyone's attack damage by about 25%, if memory serves me. So triple Inferno pistols, and watch these Necrons just absolutely getting knocked down and knocked over quick as you like. Some will get back up there, but no match for the Seraphians in this kind of stage. Please, like the Servitor comes in. Do quite like how like little bits like spanners and stuff get thrown around left, right, and centre. All these Necrons, man, down and dirty. 2 squad wipes straight away, and oh, okay. I was wondering the efficacy of sending those guys to die, but I suppose if you've got an extra Necron monolith, you can then just constantly spawn these guys out, no problems whatsoever. Second Ghost turret as well been placed down. And one thing that these Inferno pistols can do as well is do a little bit more building damage than the regular bolt pistols can. Not bad. These guys will now jump over, probably try and recap their relic over there, as they've now lost both of them. Yeah, quite surprised you don't normally see a second Necron monolith. But there you go. Never a bad shout if you can afford it. I suppose we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plasma generators. Have you gone for the upgrade? I'm not entirely sure if you've actually gone for that upgrade. Oh no, you're going for the upgrade now. 350 green, but will massively increase the overall economy of the Necrons. There's Necron Lord. He hasn't got any relics at the moment. or any forbidden archive, should I say. And the Canoness on her own is going to struggle against this amount of Necron nonsense. Inferno turret, another one being built up from the Seraphins. And that Angelic Visage ability that they have is quite a low cooldown. You should be able to keep it up and going. But only one of them have come over. While the other one is capping this relic over here. Yes, it is. Focusing their fire on the Necron Lord. Quite hard to take him down. A good Necron player is able to keep his Necron Lord alive more or less indefinitely. The right amount of micro, combine that with the phase shift. Pretty good. There goes the Angelic Visage. The thing about this ability is that once it's activated, it affects everyone around them. So if you've got two Seraphins, you activate the ability, it makes everyone happy and all sparkly. That goes down. Second squad of Seraphins then activates ability, which basically doubles the length of time it can be active. Spiderjabka with his Confessor out now, and that Confessor has a remarkably strong smite ability, which I'm not sure if it's a faith ability, but he's now got some faith on the go for himself. But that smite absolutely wrecks infantry formations. Going to see that Forbidden Archive. It has quite a long build-up to it, though. And I think I can't remember what game matchup we saw a long time ago. I don't know whether it's in Unification or in Soulstorm, but we did see a Necron Lord be able to basically BTFO a Confessor. He brought on a smite, but then as the smite was about to pop, the Necron Lord threw down a phase shift, protecting all the men around him, just basically negating that smite. So whether we'll be able to see that again today, not entirely sure, as it's quite hard to pull that off. Seraphins over here capturing the critical location, being blasted apart by that Necron Lord. Here comes the Warriors moving on forward. Missionary has gone down pretty quickly. So the Seraphins, quite low in numbers as well. Might in fact get a squad wipe on these guys. But yes, they do. Very unfortunate. Not sure if the use of the Seraphins to capture the critical location while they were defending over here was a good idea, but we do now have the Celestians coming on over. Quite a powerful squad in ranged and melee. The Necrons just standing firm right in the middle of them. The Inferno turret has been finished, and now two squad Celestians incoming, as well as a difficult assassin. So got to keep that Necron Lord nice and safe. Quite hard to notice that a difficult assassin is on the battlefield as well. Same with all kinds of singular infiltrated models. When all this chaos is going on, the best advantage for these guys is just how unremarkable they are. Well, they don't really bring that many like high flashy abilities to the battlefield. Just gonna sneak in, get some stabs in. Look at how many dead Necrons there are. Would absolutely love to see a Resurrection Orb here, but probably not, in all fairness. It's much more effective to use your Tomb Spiders if they can get in here to basically recycle all this stuff. Also much more cost efficient, as when you bring down a Resurrection Orb, they all come back with only half health, but a Tomb Spider brings them down and they basically come out with like full health. You can also swap them out as well. You can change these Necron Warriors into Immortals or Flayed ones, so a lot more flexibility in that. But it just looks cooler. There's a Resurrection Orb. Got the Wraiths. I think the Wraiths are the right idea. You want the Wraiths to come in, tie things up. You can also phase shift as well, so you can get into close combat without taking too much damage. I can see another Tomb Spider. Well, Tomb Spiders will be very hard to keep alive with all these Celestians on the go. Nice, to be fair, just the sheer amount of Inferno pistols are going to make having vehicles a bit of a pain in the backside. Necron Lord is in, and what relics have you gone for? Well, he goes a big smite, just catching a squad of Necrons on the flanks. Smack bang right on top of that Tomb Spider. A little bit of damage. Probably wanted to save that for a larger contingency of Necron Warriors. Comes another Tomb Spider. Not going to get any projectile particle whip madoodads to get it. Going to engage them in close combat. Here comes the Flayed Ones. Interesting. Flayed Ones will be nice against these Celestians. Not sure how good against the Seraphins. As well as because this Angelic Visage just basically gives them maximum morale the entire time that it's going. So we'll be getting any morale breaks if Spiderjabka keeps that micro on the go. A fair bit of micro going on as well. Also, one thing that I neglected to mention is that that Confessor also provides a decent damage buff to anyone nearby. Can't remember if that's 50% or 25%. Whether the Angelic Visage is 25% or 50%. It's all stacks well. It's something. A couple of melter bombs been thrown at that. Tomb Spider goes down. And generally you would normally see the Tomb Spiders being used in a supporting aspect with that projectile particle Madoodad. Necron Warriors in the centre. Necron Lord as well, stabbing away at the Surfers. And the Surfers are really public enemy number one for the Necrons at the moment. Flayed ones on auto reinforce. And the Sister Battle, they've got a fair bit of economy on the go for them. Able to reinforce indefinitely. So that's why you can see so many of their models on the go. But then the Necrons, they've got stupid economy. More money than Facebook at the moment. So they're also able to just constantly pump soldiers into this battlefield. Have a smite on the backsides. Again, not quite aptly placed. But it's a real standstill. No one exactly gaining much purchase, although the Sisters of Battle are slowly but surely being pushed back. And have their Seraphims died? Does look like it, so they're not going to get any Angelic Visage boosts. Will also mean that they suffer the morale damage over time from those flayed ones. You get some Emigafires for more faith. How much faith do you have at the moment? You've got 2 blocks of faith spare. Canoness, a fresh one, has come out. Another Death Cult Assassin on the way. Not sure if that current Death Cult Assassin is dead at the moment. Now been pushed back all the way to the heavy cover. Quite a defensible position. But how defensible if the Necrons just go into close combat? Don't think they'd mind doing that, to be fair. Yeah, just a really solid stance for the Sisters, but crumbling just by the sheer amount of Necrons on the go. That phase shift been able to keep them alive as they move into a more aggressive stance. And the Sisters, they've been in tier 2, possibly tier 3 for quite some time now. But not really getting any serious business on the go. I imagine some vehicles might be a nice idea here. There's currently no Immortals. And the, what's it called? The artillery building, or sorry, vehicle for the Sisters. Wouldn't go amiss. You've got the money for it. The Exorcist, that's what it's called. You've got all the infantry, blast them apart. Disrupts the formation, so you're able to focus down individual models at a time. Also means that the ones that are blasted further away can't support them. That would be amazing. Or even just some... Oh, there we go. Here comes a smite. And... doesn't really do that much damage against them. I mean, quite a lot of them are all being blasted to like half health, so that's something, but... I remember that being a lot more damageful. Unless, of course, you've gone for your second amount of disruption fields. Maybe. But plenty of Ghost turrets been placed down over here, and Engine Core as well. Flayed ones, slicing and dicing, getting these relics. The relic down here is actually going to be bothered by a Ghost turret slowly but surely. The Necron's going to come back down here, quite risky. I've seen it many a time on this battle marshes that an army that comes down here can sometimes get stuck, but in saying that, Necron Warriors can just teleport out of there if they so wish. Doom Spider now just collecting all the dead and dying. Very nice stuff. They've now got 1 million Immortals. So actually, going for vehicles might not be the way forward, but a Shrine of Living Saints, good idea if they can keep and maintain that relic, which at the moment does not look like it. Doesn't look like it at all. Now attempting to capture this one down here, but the flayed one's still beating them up. We've got one Canoness using an Inferno pistol. Make short work of those flayed ones. At the moment, this wall of Necrons just does not seem to be dissipating in any way, shape or form. There we go, Shaun Livingston has been finished. Also going to go for a Manufactorum as well. Not sure how I feel about that, to be honest. Went for one, and then because you built both, and now you're also going to go for Repentance as well. So you've kind of waited till the late game to get your big toys out, and now you're getting a little bit of everything, so can't really afford much of anything now. And we get a Replacement Confessor, which is also quite expensive. And a Vehicle Cap increase. Interesting, interesting. In my head, you'd think, right, okay, well, if I'm going to go for Repentias, don't bother with the Manufactorum and just build them, like build up 2 squads of them and reinforce them to maximum numbers. Or don't go for Repentias, build a Manufactorum and then get some decent late game tanks, like some Penitent Engines, or build the Shrine of Living Saints and then buy the actual Saint themselves. That would be the idea, but no, just going for a bit of everything. And it might work out if the Necrons don't bother invading, if they're too busy building up their speed and numbers, and that might work out for them. There we go. Getting that Saint active. Repentia getting a Mistress. And the Flayed One's just been sent down to no man's land by that Canoness. Full squad wipe down there. Need to get that Canoness back over here. And they come moving on forward. But phase shift active. Preventing that smite from doing anything. Not sure if that smite actually finished off there. Yeah, that's just Necrons just saying, yep, you can come towards us if you want, but we're not going anywhere. Because we're probably waiting for something more substantial. They are going to go for triple heavy destroyers. Which, I mean, the idea, I assume... Oh, we've got for triple Necron Mollusk as well. Fair enough. Yeah, I suppose Necrons stay here. Heavy destroyers come over here, start destroying things. And then the Sisters are basically going to choose which way they want to go. Do they attack the Necrons here? Or do they try and defend themselves from the heavy destroyers down here? I was thinking the Cannon's been punched in the face by triple destroyers. You don't often see anyone being killed in close combat by a heavy destroyer, but there we go. Penitent Engine. And the Archangel's going to completely ignore the Necrons and go straight into attacking down here. The Archangel does quite a good job at smashing up buildings. But on her own, is that worth her doing? I suppose it distracts the Necrons. Maybe potentially brings some of their forces back to the base. But, oh right, okay, oh the Necron, that's quite a clever play from the Necron player. He's gone for the, oh was it Veil of Darkness, Veil of Shadows for the Necron Lord? Basically makes everything around him go invisible. So completely negating the Living Saint's potential to go around the sides. Going to hide on a heavy cover. Already been brought down to low health. Or half health even. Penitent Engine also struggling because of the sheer amount of Immortals. Killed straight away. Difficult Assassin moving around the back lines as these guys engage in glorious hand-to-hand combat. And there we go, there comes the Exorcist. That's what you wanted, that's what you needed. Necron Monolith just sitting in the corner here, firing over the mountains as she comes. Laying of hands upon these Sisters of Repentia. Very good stuff. Remarkably amazing close combat units. Especially when kept alive by that ability. And there were lots of Necrons here, and there still are, to be fair. But not as many as there were. It did look like almost an impenetrable wall of Necrons, but this wombo combo of sisterly prowess has managed to sort them out. But while all that's going on, we've got quadruple heavy destroyers inside the base, and this Exorcist isn't going to be killing him anytime soon. And these guys will just walk in and delete the Sisters' buildings. No problems at all. Also got a invisible monolith here. Living Saint comes back for a second pass. No one for her to go with. Now you're stuck in the corner. Might be that. It might just be stuck. Very unfortunately. It's not what you want. Here comes the Sisters army running back over here. The living set managed to get unstuck there. But they've lost their Sororita's Convent. Storm Monolith teleports right over. And although they've got some Celestians with their multi-melters, still a lot of vehicle nonsense for them to take on. For them to get some more mechanized stuff. And cancelling that. Oh no, you already had a second Exist already ready. Seems like the actual Exist blasting apart their own sisters more so than anything else. Living Saint goes down. And with the sisters actually spending all their money, they've got literally nothing left to give. HQ goes down. And, well, I suppose the Spiderjabka killed their own base there as a bit of surrendering there. But yeah, that was quite a turn up for the Bucks. It looked like that once all the sisters broke down the Necron army completely and totally down here, they had plenty of opportunity then to just continue. But I suppose the Necrons had, I mean, how much money did you have by the end of that? You had infinite money, 100% build speed, and also with all these extra Necron monoliths with the teched up to this level, if the Necron monolith went down, they could just quickly rebuild another one, no questions asked. And they already regained the entire army in a very short space of time, so it was kind of like the sisters' last hurrah. If they didn't win in that scenario, which obviously they didn't win, if they weren't able to push down and destroy all the Necron stuff quickly enough, then they would have just been eventually ground down by the immutable numbers of the Necrons here. So, fantastic stuff all around from both players. And thank you guys for watching at home. If you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you once a game a week. And there is also Discord, where Discord things happen. Links in the description as always. As been a Slant Shark, pleasure's always never short. Now, see you in a bit. Peace.